for sharing that. I'm sure as you were sharing your stories, many people are nodding their heads because they experience to certain degrees similar situations too. And I'm nodding my head because I'm experiencing also to certain degrees similar things. And the one thing is to want to help your mother is a good thing. And to want to have a healthy relationship with your mother is also a good thing. But we want to help in a way that is positive, that's not enabling her with her dementia. That's not enabling her with this illusion. Because in the end, as you're doing this, actually, people can sense your sincerity. Because if you're not sincere and you're just being condescending, in the end is that relationship, it's a vicious cycle. She knows. Like for instance, we'll say, okay, right now, what you see in your mother are the things that you were listing, right? So what you try to reach out to your mother is because, you know, if you choose to follow what your rest of your family are doing by being condescending to your mother, praising her and giving this stuff that she needed by enabling this illusion that she had, and she feels it actually when she sees you doing all these things to her. Okay, when she sees your family doing this to her, you think she doesn't know? She knows because she was your mother. She is your mother. She brought you up. She knows her kids and she knows her husband. So when they're being condescending to her, she knows. And when she knows and she sees your action and she in her mind knows that you're being that, and her behavior will manifest in the same way of saying that, you know, she knows that what you guys are trying to do and that she feels even worse. You know, that you've come to a point where you're even now being condescending and she will feel worse. And then when you see this and you think, oh gosh, you know, she is like totally demented, you know, and she just wanted to have this kind of acceptance and stuff. And when you see this, it kind of reinforces that earlier image that you have of your mother. And how do you choose to act? You will choose again to continue to condescend her so that she doesn't feel bad or anything. But in her mind, she knows because she feels. There's this thing about blood ties that you can feel. If I don't feel happy, you know, my mother has this strange thing. She's like in another continent, but she'll know when I don't feel good, and she'll like write an email and go like, how are you doing? And go, oh my God. She got me at the time where I was feeling really low. So this blood tie, you can't avoid it. So when she knows that and she continues, that's a vicious cycle. It will never end. So you have to stop it. So in one way is when you look at your mother, you have to ask the question, what is it that she really cares about? You know, like not from your perspective, but just looking at the facts. What is it that she really cares about? Is it about a recognition of the sacrifices that she made, of the hard work that she has done to help raise up the children? If that is what she's looking for, when you speak to her, you say exactly the things she needed to hear. Thank you so much for raising me. Thank you so much for your care. You brought us up well so that we are holding some kind of good values in our lives, so that we're upright citizens, we're good people, we're contributing to the world in a positive way. You know, if you say these things to her and you really feel it, it's from a deep down from your heart, this gratitude you have for your mother, she will feel. And over time, you know, that resistance and that wall of protection will come down. As you too, you break down your own wall of protection, of defending yourself against the onslaught of your mother's judgments to you, because know that your mother's judgment to her children is that she wants her children to have a better life. But you also know the environment that she was brought up under, which is different from your environment. But you acknowledge. I think sometimes it's what people are looking for is just acknowledgement. If you don't acknowledge it, then the more you try to deny it, then the worse they're going to feel. So it's just like you're trying to help a person who does not want to acknowledge a certain kind of reality. And then the more that person is going to try to hide from it. And then when you see the more this person is trying to hide, the harder you try to help that person. And then when you do that, we go into the cycle of what we call self-deception. You feel like you're the victim. That's the scariest thing, is you victimize yourself. And when you victimize yourself, you don't feel good. When you don't feel good, then what do you have to do? You necessarily have to demonize the other person, or whoever is the source that is causing you upset. Right? You demonize that person until she doesn't care. She doesn't understand what I'm going through. I don't have to, bend my back to try to, kiss her ass or something. Sorry. I shouldn't bend my back and give her praises or anything like that. But when you do that, and then, you start making her into a demon. And then when you talk to her, even though you're saying something else completely different, but there are certain body language and that kind of vibe that you send that she will pick up on. And when she picks up on that, she will feel like she's the victim. And when she's the victim, she doesn't feel good. What is she going to do? She's going to demonize you. And she's going to say you are, an unfilial son who's not appreciative of all her efforts. And that vicious cycle goes on and on and on. So you have to stop that by just looking at what she really cares and acknowledging that. I think the communication will change.
So you're saying it's genuine appreciation, genuine gratitude, instead of because I do appreciate also she does, and so a genuine appreciation is different from what my brother and my dad are doing, which is just
enabling her.
Yeah, enabling him with this kind of insincere praise that I know she knows. I think she knows. That's why she's even more miserable. Because she thinks that everybody is just
against her.
Against her, yeah, okay. And then that can probably make her more open, more willing to, okay.
It's just to break down the defenses between the two parties, and perhaps then you'll be able to communicate in a more open way.
Yeah, I guess because when I talk to her, I can see now that maybe from her perspective is that I'm still complaining that that it's her fault that she is in this situation, even though my intention was not that. Perhaps I should start with a genuine appreciation and to make her more open. But that's good. So, but like not giving up, right? That's why I feel too.
Right. No matter what, because you're a family.
Yeah. Because my dad tell me that that like your mom is 80, and this way she is going to be the rest of her life. So just play with it. Just be like, why are you the black sheep? You just keep on ruining our perfect plan. But the perfect plan is terrible. It's
right, because that's basically what I'm hearing is he's given up.
Yeah, I feel they give up.
Right, but you don't want to give up. That's why you're asking this question.
Yes.
And you care.
Yeah.
Right? So use that passion and appreciate her, and then open up that dialogue. It might take time because it took so many years to build up. It'll take much effort to break it down.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Let's give this gentleman a hand. I mean that. So was that helpful?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let's give a gratitude round of applause.